She didn't notice the divorce papers right away. What she felt first was the silence. The wheels of her suitcase scraped along the hallway tiles, slicing through the stillness like a sharp edge. Her grin, bright, bronzed, and smug, stopped mid-curve when she finally lifted her eyes to mine. I was seated at the dining table, fingers interlaced, steady and composed like a surgeon preparing for an incision. The fading sunlight cut across her face, highlighting the tan she'd earned with someone who wasn't her husband. "What?" she laughed, flipping her hair. "You look like you've seen a ghost." "No," I replied. "Just the ending." Her smile faltered, confusion settling in, until she eventually turned and spotted the envelope waiting on the kitchen table. My handwriting. Her name. Divorce. She didn't even attempt to touch it. She only stared, watching the color drain from her face, slow and excruciating. That was the moment I had waited for, her stunned stillness, the realization tightening around her like a rope. I let the silence stretch. This wasn't rage. It was justice, delivered with the same cold exactness she used when she betrayed me. And it began long before this night. I met her in a bookstore. That should have been my warning. People who hide between shelves often hide other parts of themselves, too. But she smiled at me like she knew hidden truths worth sharing, and I mistook that for depth. We built a life quickly. Tiny apartment, spontaneous trips, laughter that felt genuine at the time. For years, I clung to the belief that loyalty was part of her nature. I didn't realize it was simply a disguise. It started with her angling her phone away from me. Notifications disappearing too quickly. Work trips that somehow never included pictures of the co-workers she claimed to be with. But betrayal rarely walks through the front door loudly. It slips in quietly, patient and quiet. The real shift came on a Tuesday night. She walked in smelling like someone else's cologne, crisp, sharp, unmistakably not mine. She didn't bother to hide it, didn't even pretend. She leaned against the fridge, sipping water, scrolling through her phone, smirking at messages she clearly had no intention of sharing. I watched. I stayed silent. I memorized every detail. The truth showed itself at 1:14 a.m. Her phone lit up on the nightstand while she slept, exhausted from the team dinner she'd lied about. I didn't touch the phone. I didn't need to. The preview told the whole story. Hotel booked. Can't wait to have you for an entire week. She'll never suspect a thing. I stared at the ceiling, pulse steady. Heartbreak didn't come, not the way I expected. Instead, a colder clarity settled in. A decision. If she wanted freedom that desperately, I'd hand it to her, just not the version she imagined. In the morning, she cheerfully announced her upcoming girls' trip. Then she said the sentence that sealed everything. "Don't like my decisions? Then divorce me." She tossed it out casually, not realizing I'd take her seriously. I smiled. Sure. She didn't hear the resolve settling into place over the sound of her packing lingerie she'd never worn for me. When she left, I inhaled deeply, slow, deliberate, and began dismantling the marriage she'd already reduced to ash. Step 1. The lawyer. I brought every screenshot, every timestamp, every financial breadcrumb she assumed I'd never track. My lawyer grinned like he'd been handed a flawless case. Step 2. The house. My name alone. Mortgage paid. She contributed nothing but disorder. Legally, the plan was straightforward: keep what was already mine. Step 3. Bank accounts. Joint account closed. My salary rerouted. Her credit card, paid by me, quietly cancelled. Step 4. Her belongings boxed neatly. Folded, labeled, and prepared to leave with her. Step 5. Timing. I waited for her return, not for a confrontation, but for the final strike while her illusion of control was still warm. Which brings us back to tonight. Her standing in the doorway, tan lines and lies still visible on her skin, eyes widening as reality finally caught up. What is this?" she whispered. "Divorce papers," I answered. "Your bags are packed. Leave." "You're not serious." "I was serious for years." "You weren't." She reached toward my arm, as if she still had the right. I leaned back. She froze. "We can talk," she pleaded. "We're finished." My voice cracked just enough to let truth slip through. You ended this when you chose someone else. I'm just completing the paperwork. Her lover's name glowed plainly on the printed messages beside the envelope. I watched her stare at it, watched the shock hit her like a slap delivered by her own choices. She broke first tears, shaking, denial. I remained still. Solid. Unmoved. For the first time, the silence belonged to me. When the door shut behind her, the house didn't feel empty. It felt reclaimed. The weight I'd carried for months lifted, replaced not by grief but by something cleaner. Truth. I didn't lose a wife. I lost a mirage. And in return, I got myself back.